future is here. How smart cities can leverage data technology to improve air quality. Big data has led to some extremely major changes in our lives. However, few individuals recognize that data technology is helping solve environmental challenges. One of the most surprising truths exposed by the latest coronavirus pandemic has been our acceptance of dirty air. Skies in the world's greatest cities turned a tint that shocked many inhabitants when personal car miles decreased drastically. At the same time, scientists revealed that low air quality can enhance coronavirus susceptibility. Hey, welcome back to NexTech Ventures. Let's get into the video, as this one is going to be amazing. Big data technologies have helped us make these results. It will also help build solutions. These findings illustrate how years of awareness raising about the hazards of climate change have converted into action to preserve public health. It also illustrates how little we still understand about how our air quality affects our health. In the wake of the pandemic, it is more crucial than ever to invest in research to increase our understanding of the link between air quality and health so we can take precautions to protect ourselves from future pandemics. Now that certain sections of the planet are starting to look like they did before the lockdown, people are talking about trying to sustain this improvement in air quality. Lots of people want better air quality, thus cities could require better data on air quality to make new judgments about policy. Fortunately, the past 5 years have seen substantial improvement in air quality monitoring for smart cities. Big data is going to make or break smart cities, and it can assist in solving environmental concerns they confront. Smart cities should follow the standards stated below for obtaining air quality data. Number 1. Increase data resolution. The data resolution in cities needs to be improved in order for there to be an improvement in the quality of the air. This indicates that cities need to measure the quality of the air at a large number of diverse areas as opposed to just a few. This is significant because the levels of pollution that can be found in different areas of a city might vary greatly from one spot to the next. For a number of years, the only way to determine the quality of the air was to collect samples of the atmosphere and have them analyzed in a laboratory. Nevertheless, this method was both time-consuming and costly. In recent years, sensors have been created that are capable of measuring the quality of the air in real time. Because of their often diminutive size and portability, these sensors are extremely convenient for deployment in a wide variety of contexts. The fact that they may be purchased for reasonable price further contributes to their utility as a tool for analyzing air quality. Despite the fact that many towns rely on sensors that must be physically installed in order to collect data, there are other solutions available, each of which comes with its own set of benefits and drawbacks. Mobile surveying is one alternative, and it has the potential to produce a considerably wider profile, albeit one that is less complete over time. Typically, car-mounted sensors are used for these surveys. However, some towns are bucking the norm by conducting mobile surveys with municipal vehicles, drones, and bike-share bikes. While many towns continue to struggle with the issue of air pollution, others are beginning to look to cutting-edge technology for assistance. Sensors that measure the quality of the air are becoming more widespread and provide vital data on the circumstances in a given area. However, these sensors are only able to cover a small region, therefore there will be some gaps in the data. Environmental data providers are now making use of models that are based on fluid dynamics in order to fill in these gaps and make accurate predictions about the air quality at any site. This technique is in its infancy, and there are questions about the degree to which it is accurate. Nevertheless, it is a low-cost alternative that may be combined with other strategies to enhance the quality of the data concerning the air. Number 2. Determine the return on investment of the air quality sensors. Monitoring air quality is an important tool for cities to use in their efforts to preserve public health, but finding a solution to the question of how to pay for it can be challenging. There's a wide variety of technologies that may be used to measure the quality of the air, and each has its own set of advantages and disadvantages. Some technologies are more expensive than others, but it's possible that they may produce more data or are more accurate. In the end, the choice of which technology to use is determined by the particular requirements of the city as well as the amount of financing that is available. This video will help provide guidance on how to measure the quality of the air. The finance of projects aimed at monitoring the quality of the air can come from a variety of sources, including grants, loans, and private investment. The level of demand, as well as the resources that are available, will determine which option is the best for any particular community. It's imperative that communities make investments in air quality monitoring in order to preserve public health and enhance air quality, regardless of the source of financing that is utilized. There are a few different ways that ROI can be measured. One approach is to consider the economic gains that result from a reduction in the frequency with which people become ill. This covers things like reducing the amount of time spent in the hospital or in the doctor's office, as well as the amount of money spent on medication. One further method for calculating ROI is to consider the amount of money lost annually by our economy as a result of air pollution. The cost to the economy of air pollution in the United States was around $900 billion in 2019, which is comparable to 5% of the GDP. Therefore, taking steps to reduce air pollution could have a large and beneficial effect on an urban area's economy. In addition, enhancing the air quality would result in better health outcomes for local populations, which would in turn lead to reduced expenses associated with health care. It is imperative that the human and economic consequences of this public health catastrophe be taken into consideration as cities continue to struggle with the effects of air pollution. Number 3, investigate fresh applications for the information you have collected. This information, gleaned from sensors measuring air quality, has a variety of novel applications. For instance, the city of Leeds in the United Kingdom has outfitted its whole fleet of hybrid vehicles with equipment that allows for quality detection and geofencing. When the vehicles enter regions with poor air quality, they're able to switch themselves over to an electric-only mode immediately thanks to this feature. As a direct consequence of this, the city's fleet of hybrid vehicles is in a position to dramatically cut emissions in regions where there's a problem with air pollution. In a similar manner, cities have the ability to map hot regions of fine particulate matter by using data from their air quality sensor networks. They will then be able to collaborate with locals in these regions to identify the causes of the pollution and devise methods for bringing about a reduction in emissions. Cities have the ability to take measures to improve air quality and protect public health if they can discover novel uses for the data collected by air quality monitors. Traditionally, 1 or 2 centralized monitoring stations have collected air quality data. These hubs, which are outfitted with highly sensitive equipment, can collect detailed information on the state of the airways in their immediate vicinity, but not further afield. Given the wide variations in air quality from one neighborhood to the next, a better solution is clearly required. Just take a look at mobile monitoring technology. Of course, there are advantages and disadvantages to small sensor technology, as the quality of the data they record is not as good as that of their larger counterparts. However, as technology advances, the disparity between the two is less pronounced, and the increased coverage provided by these sensors more than compensates for any other drawbacks. The ability to analyze data and provide actionable insights in real time is one of the most important and underappreciated benefits of a smart-enabled air quality monitoring network. For example, collecting data across an entire cityscape could aid in identifying specific pollution hotspots with high concentrations of contaminants such as NOx, ozone, and particulate matter. This data could then be used to alert individual citizens to the situation and advise them to take alternate commuting routes, as well as to connect directly to hybrid vehicles and automatically switch them to electric mode. Residents could avoid exacerbating the problem by protecting their own lungs until they improved. Hey, we'll talk to you again soon with other information just like this. And with that concludes today's video. Please use the comment box below to share any questions or ideas you might have for our next video. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, tell your friends about it, and make sure you click the bell icon to subscribe to all of our latest videos. And we appreciate you watching.